What can you tell us about how you're feeling and what you think about your chances of playing Saturday are?
Like I'll play regardless.
Nate, did you have a follow-up?
Oh, I'm sorry. I did not hear the answer at all.
I said I feel like I'll play regardless of how I feel.
Okay. And what kind of status would you kind of put on yourself? Like, are you in a lot of pain? Are you going to be able to handle a full workload? How would you kind of size that up?
I don't know. I haven't practiced, so we'll see. But I'm about to give them all. We got to win out to make the playoffs, and I'm going to play in every second of the game I can.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nate. We'll go Scott Patrick.
Hey, Myles, how difficult is it without having Tack, obviously, for the rest of the year, and then with Jadeveon still on the COVID list when you're trying to put pressure on a guy like Aaron Rodgers?
That's going to be tough. They definitely have ways to stunt good rushers, and they've shown that. And we're going to have to find a way to provide pressure up the middle and along the edges, knowing that we have some guys out that are very talented at that.
And you've never played Rodgers that I can remember, and I looked it up, so I don't think you have. Is it special playing a guy like that? I know you've played other great quarterbacks, but he feels like he might be even different than some other guys, and Malik called him John Wick yesterday.
I wouldn't call him John Wick, but I think he's one of the best pure passes I've ever seen. Definitely one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time in my eyes. And that just makes you more excited for the challenge, being able to go against someone like that. Just going against his mental aptitude of, trying to block the rush and make sure there's enough men for how much we're bringing. I'm going against the tackle, and I have to make sure that I'm able to get out the double team they have for me. So it's a mental battle and a physical battle, and it's got me excited for the matchup.
Thank you.
Thank you, Scott. Tom Withers, you're up.
Thanks, Rob. Thanks, Myles. Merry Christmas. Hey, I wanted to know how you felt about JC going on the COVID list, given, all he's had to balance over the last 2 years in fighting for you guys and in trying to play at a high level.
I would want to be in his shoes because he has so much responsibility, and I don't know anyone else who can handle it so well and gracefully as he has without complaining, just putting in the work and being excellent on both sides, football and PA side. So it hurts to not see him on the field, and we're going to do our best to try and feel his absence, but it'll be different.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it, Tom. Back to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Myles, I understand that you're going to do everything you can to push through this injury, but how much more is on your shoulders too when you're thinking about, Jadeveon Clowney is still on the COVID list, and you guys just lost Tack McKinley. How do you just view the defensive end room and the pass rush with those developments and what you're dealing with?
I don't have a choice but to be great. Got to step it up. There's no way around it. There's no excuse that can be made. We got 3 games. We got one coming up very soon. I got to put my very best foot forward and give us a chance to win.
Thank you, Nate. Dan Lobby will have our next question.
Hey, Myles, I kind of wanted to follow up a little bit on what you were saying about Aaron Rodgers and kind of how smart he is. And I think he's one of those guys that'll take the play clock down so he can see everything. He catches teams running guys off the field all the time. Have you really played many quarterbacks that kind of approach the game mentally like he does?
I made Drew Brees one year. I think that was probably the one. And of course, I played Brady at Foxborough. That's probably the only two. I mean, just the experience and the years they have in the league, and kind of looking at detailing of what all these defensive coordinators and coaches are trying to do, when they're sending at them, what the rushes are looking like, and what the covers are going to get. I mean, I don't think anybody comes close to them right now with that amount of experience and just mental preparation for the game and in the game.
And then when it comes to that kind of chess match, I mean, how much obviously have other guys that can fill the role, but how much does it hurt to not have a guy like John Johnson out there with you?
Hurts a lot because he's very talented and very, very smart himself, knowing the game very well. And I mean, we need that. We need someone to step up and fill that role. And help play that chess match. As much as it's physical and you're trying to beat your man, you have to know the timing, the angles, where to be, and when to be there, and how to get there. So it's gonna be a battle.
Thank you.
Appreciate it, Dan. Scott Petrick, we'll go to you.
So, Myles, why don't you like that John Wick comparison?
I didn't say I didn't like it.
Oh,
I love the Halloween decoration, or Halloween costume. But well, if he's John Wick, then I guess I'd be the Reaper.
Hey, I listened to Coach LaFleur's press conference yesterday, and he compared you. He said you and Aaron Donald mentioned it to you guys and said you might be even more of a game wrecker. I mean, I know you get a lot of compliments at All Pro and Pro Bowls, but does it still mean something to you when you hear coaches say that about you?
Every time. I mean, it feels good. I kind of put it up there, and like in the back of my mind, because I'm not trying to let these sweet talk get to me as much as I appreciate the compliments and the nice words from opponents, even my own teammates. I appreciate hearing it all, but I got a job to do at the end of the day, and I could be worried about what he's saying, who he's comparing me to, and the admiration that I have for his side of the ball, and him for mine, or him for me. But I know I got to go out there and try to be the best Myles I can be. And at the end of the day, if I'm thinking about the compliments, I'm not holding those negative thoughts that I need to have when I go out there to really give my 100% if I'm thinking about all that.
Gotcha. Thank you.
Hey, Scott. Tony Grossi, go ahead.
Hey, Myles, I understand totally that you want to play in this game, but how much of a consideration would it be that the Browns could actually lose this game, but you can't lose the Pittsburgh game? So does that enter into the conversation at all about whether or not to play and worsen your injury?
No.
Why do you think you just need to win this game above everything else?
We need to win all three above everything else.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Tony. We'll take one more. It'll go to Nate Ulrich.
Hey, Myles, kind of following up on Scott's question about Coach LaFleur. I was going to ask you Aaron Rodgers on the other day. He said a lot of good things about you too. He said you legitimately have gold jacket possibilities in your future if you keep playing the way you're playing. So I just wondered what you thought about that, and if that's your mind, but also with what you told Scott, I'm wondering, like, when did you come up with the kind of like self-defense mechanism of like, hey, I'm not going to let these opponents butter me up. Like, is that something you learned? Time, where does that philosophy come from?
I mean, I find myself admiring most of the guys I go against, are the coaches that are coaching against me. You know, whether I've watched them growing up or I watched their game, whether it's on offense or defense side of the ball. You know, just appreciating the artistry, the creativity, how guys do things on their own, what made them get there. But in the admiration, I don't want to lessen the amount of effort or the amount of intensity or passion I get to the game or ferocity I have towards that opponent, just because I admire their skills and their talent. So sometimes, you know, I'll pay respect, or I'll show appreciation during the game before or after. But at the end of the day, I have to block out those things and find something, even if there's not much there, to motivate myself to give more than I usually would. I'll find a way to get 105, 110% to make a big play or try to be a game record, because I have a lot of respect for the people I go against.